It's been a while since I last made a video about our van conversion. There's been a lot going on and the van has sort of taken a back seat. We've done bits here and there, but it's been a very slow process. And I've just given up filming some points, because the filming process can make it even slower. But I'm going to try and get back at it, so I thought I'd start with sharing an update on where we are at and what we've done so far. This video isn't as detailed as the videos I've made before, and I'll try and get back to documenting more detail in the next videos I make. So for now, I'll just go back to where we've last left off and take you through what we've done so far. I began by putting the carpet onto the wheel arches, and I'll link the video that I used as the guide for that because my method wasn't the neatest. Then we worked out all the measurements for our cabinets and kitchen unit and how big we wanted everything to be and started drawing it out on the floor. We drew it all out on the floor in pencil so that we could see what we were doing, which was really useful. Then we lay the base of the cabinet out and worked out the frame of the main structure so that we had a guide and we didn't have to build it all in the van. We wanted to build some of it inside. This bit took us quite a long time as we were working it out as we went and working out how big we wanted everything to be. We're just following the lines because we've drawn these lines on the floors already that we've measured out so they're right. We're following those lines. This bit's going to be one unit is the kitchen, and then we're going to have another one where I'm sitting, which is going to be tall. We're building them as one unit so that we can take them in and out rather than in our last build. We built it bit by bit so you couldn't take it out without taking it apart, so we're correcting that mistake this time. For the main structure we're using this 1x2 wood, which is relatively cheap, £7 for 2.4 metres. So this is going to be the main structure, and then we're going to use ply sides, back and doors of the cupboard. And hopefully we're going to get quite a pale ply. Once we had the size and shape of the frame for the kitchen unit, we moved inside. My dad said that we could use his workshop, so we worked in there in the evenings mostly. This is the frame that we built in the van. It's just come apart, but we only used one screw in all the joins, which was a mistake. So we're putting a second screw in all the joins, and then we'll have the base, and then we'll work up from there. We then had another change of plan and decided that the base frame was actually going to be the top of the frame now, and we were going to not have a base frame at all. We changed the legs of the structure to 4x4cm timber just because it was a bit more sturdy and stronger to hold everything up. Then it was on to building the sides of the cupboard to give it more structure, and for this we were using compressed chipboard because it's a bit cheaper than ply and because we're not really going to see it, so we were using that for the sides and the shelves that aren't visible. So we've got a wall in at the end of the cupboard here, and then another one this side. This is set back to allow for the door of the cupboard that's going to be in here. So now we're just trying to sort out the shelves for in here. This is going to be 2 big shelves for the whole of this. So we're going to cut out big squares the size of this, and then we're going to stencil around to get the shape and then take out the shapes of the legs. So this is the square we've cut out for the shelf, but we're just going to stencil around the shapes to get the rough shape before we cut out the legs. This is one of the finished shelves after we'd cut all the shapes of the legs out as well. We also set it back 1.5 centimetres at the front to allow for the cupboard doors, which are going to be inset. And then we just stenciled around this on another bit of OSB board for the next shelf down. For our shelves we used these metal brackets to hold all the shelves up. Sadly we stopped filming at that point and didn't actually record any more of building the cabinet, which I really regret now because it would have been a really nice and interesting thing to document, but I'll just have to give you a run through of how the cupboard looks now and everything we've done with it. This is our kitchen cabinet. Here we've got, this is for the water, the grey water and the fresh water, and then our gas bottle's going to go here, which is a Calor gas bottle, which is a 7 kilo butane gas bottle. And under there is just a space, we're not sure what we're going to do with that yet. Here's our little corner cupboard. And this is the diesel heaters down there. Brochan's filmed a little bit of that, but not a lot, so we might do something about that, but we might not end up doing that. And then this is just for food and whatever. For our corner cupboard, what we did is use just normal hinges here so that you could bend the door and then bend it again. You can get special hinges for this, but they're quite big and expensive, so we just decided to do this, which works fine. The only thing with this is you do get a little gap there, but we decided that didn't really matter for cost saving and everything. We've got another door here That's the diesel heater. And you can see these bars at the back. That's just to stop things falling out because we're not putting a solid back on there. And those are the bars that we were going to use for the battens for the cladding. So we're using them for that instead. And we've got to just sort these doors out so they fit properly. And we've got this opening here so you can just access it from the top, which makes it a bit easier with the narrow shelves. And then we've just got our little sink here, which is going to be electric with a little switch. So yeah, that's our little cupboard. For the diesel heater, we've used fireboard just to make a box for it. I don't think it would like do anything. I mean, it's just for precaution really, just to make it safer, as safe as possible really, like that. We are gonna do either a wax or a clear matte varnish on this to protect it, because Brochan's already got marks on the doors. So yeah, we've got to do that yet, and put a handle on there. But yeah.